Yay, yay. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing, man? I hope everybody's doing well this evening. Welcome to World Class Wednesdays. World Class. That means all over the world, worldwide, on a planetary scale, like an alien invasion. Get y'all's asses up in here. We got a few things to discuss. You see my guy up there, the top left, with the classic throwback over there, the classic throwback rise up joint. Andre the Torch Robinson fire starting, the arsonist over here tearing up everything. See him all over the place. One of the hardest working guys in Buffalo. Uh, what's up, Dre? You good over there? Give us a thumbs up if you're good. Your mic is off, family. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
My mic is off today, by the way. My
Okay.
mic is off for a while today. But shout out to everybody tuned in. And yes, thank you very much for that great introduction. Appreciate you.
I got to give him a good one. He always does a real good intro for me, man. I feel like I'm going on the Arsenio Hall show. I know some of y'all young people out there don't know about Arsenio Hall, but and then my other guy over here, my former co-host off the Richter scale, William Richter. He's blessing us with his presence. He's got some info to give us from the combine. He was actually in Indianapolis. We're going to talk to him. He's got some video and stuff that he's going to share with us. So, Will, what's good?
I'm doing fantastic. How are y'all this evening? It's nice to be back on here. It's squeezing a few minutes in as I can.
Every now and then come through, man, where it all started at, man.
Yep.
If you like talking sports, if you like talking football, some of the news that's going on, like and share the show. Get your asses up in here. A plus one, get you a drink, some peach crown, some caramel crown, some apple crown, some regular crown, some Jack, or beer, juice, milk, whatever it is. Get up in here, like and share the show. We got a few things to discuss. So look, I know there's seasons. We're kind of like in the middle of basketball season. Football, we already had the Super Bowl, so now we're back for football's pretty much year long. I mean, really, we usually do shows from August until the first week in February, the Super Bowl. But really, when you look at sports nowadays, it's really year long because it's a constant cycle that goes through. You have, we just did the combine. Then we're gonna have the draft next month. Then you got rookie camp, training camp, preseason, regular season, playoffs, Super Bowl, and then it starts all over again. So we're in that little phase in between. We got about a little over 50 days until the draft. But here's where we are. A lot of these college kids, they got to go out there and show their skills. We're going to talk about that. But first, we had a little bit of news. I like football. I'm ready for the interview. Okay. We got a little bit of news. We did have some late breaking news. We'll get a slide up in here for it. We had some major news today. Kansas City Chiefs I don't want to say they're in a total rebuild, but they're in a slight reset. Can we say that? A slight reset? They traded Are they in a total rebuild? Where are the Chiefs at? I know, Will. I know you're a Bills fan. I know we got a lot of Bills fans in
the idea is that they're probably in a reset mode. I don't know how hard of a reset that they're looking at, whether it's 1 year turnaround, kind of take this next year off and kind of just rebuild everything, or are they in a 2 year, or what the case is, because they do have a lot of holes to fill. And with the trade today, the people that they've cut this week, and the holes on top of that they needed to fill, it's made it quite apparent that they know that they have 6 years with Mahomes, but they've got to kind of turn this thing back around. They're trying to catch up to Denver and the Chargers and these squads that have gotten astronomically better from where they were. And it doesn't look as though the Broncos are just going to give it right back to them next year if they want it. Like, they're going to have to earn it. And with the fifth worst schedule with the fifth toughest schedule coming for the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not sure that they're just going to bounce right back and be anything more than a wild card squad at best at this point. And I'll put that on wax right now.
Well, I want to say they were somewhat of a dynasty. What three Super Bowls in what 5 years, something like that.
5 and 7 or something like that.
They went to 5 and won 3. But they are see, this is why when you're in your window, and we talk about windows, windows being closed or whatnot, when you are having some success, you better cash in. You better get a ring. You better make it, at least make a Super Bowl, and hopefully win a Super Bowl. They won 3, but they're a little bit of an older team now, so they traded away their all-pro corner. This really it kind of shocked me a little bit. OJ McDuffie, Trent McDuffie. OJ McDuffie. I'm going old school. Dennis, yes. You remember OJ McDuffie, right? He was a wide receiver, right, with the Dolphins.
I remember OJ McDuffie. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? We got the ignorant thinker in the house, Dennis Holmes. What's good, Dennis? We're just talking a little bit about this was a big trade. What, Will, you got all of the particulars for that trade? I think they gave up.
So the Kansas City Chiefs will receive from the Los Angeles Rams this year's 29th pick, a 5th round selection, and a 6th round selection, and then in next year's 3rd. And then Trent McDuffie will go over to the Rams, and they'll redo his contract, and he's expected to receive at least a 3 to 5 year contract somewhere in that window. They've not released the details on that, but they are going to sign him to a long-term extension where we're talking 3 to 5 years. So it's a win-win for both squads. Basically, the Rams have tossed picks out the window again. They're just going, screw it. Oh, by the way, the Rams still have the 13th selection in this draft as well, along with their 2nd rounder. So we can watch them build accordingly and chase any other pieces or parts, either move back, move forward, whatever they choose to do at this point. But the world is their oyster, and they're trying to get back to a Super Bowl after watching Seattle get them in the NFC title game.
Well, not just that, they got the Super Bowl at their house this year, so they're going to try to do everything.
The Super Bowl's in. Oh man!
It's in LA.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So with this trade, Dennis, your thoughts on this trade? How does this? I mean, we're both NFC guys. How does this affect the Chiefs giving up an all-pro type player in McDuffie? And then how does this help the Rams? And was that too high of a price for them to pay? What are your thoughts on the trade overall?
All right, so let me tackle the first part. The first part is I think Spags believes that he can, grow him another corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think he kind of believes that. Like they gave up the guy to Tennessee. Can't think his name right now. They gave up him to Tennessee.
Sneed.
Now they gave up Trent McDuffie. Sneed. They gave up Sneed. So it's like, he makes them all pros and he get rid of them, get another one. I just think that's how he believes it. I mean, now that I sit back and think about it, since they won their first Super Bowl, they have given up a lot of pieces on the defense and still has been able to be up there in defense.
Well, you know better than most that, being an Eagles fan, you know better than most. Once you start having some success, people are going to start gutting your team, whether coaching staff, which I don't really think it's players as much as it is coaching staff. It seems like every year you all are losing coordinators or whatnot. Now this year, I think you're probably going to lose a guy like Reed Blankenship. I think you're going to probably lose a Nakobe Dean. But you made some, you a couple of years ago you had lost, Big Play Slay. So I mean, that's just kind of what happens whenever you start having success. People start gutting your team. Now, how far are the Chiefs away with losing a guy like
Trent McDuffie?
How does that? How far are? I just asked Will. How how far are the Chiefs away? Are they like in a total rebuild? And then with the Rams, where are the Rams at? You know, because I thought the Rams. Will, we talked about this a little bit. Torch, we talked about this a little bit. I thought whoever came out of the NFC, I thought the NFC Championship was the Super Bowl. I didn't think whoever came out of the AFC, whether it was the Bills or the Patriots or the Broncos, was going to beat either Seattle or LA. I didn't think that. Your thoughts on that?
Well, as far as the Chiefs, how far are they away? Well, they freed up, I think, another $45 million in cap when they restructured Patrick Mahomes' deal, which was actually a good thing for them because now they could go out and get certain pieces. They're
still 6.5 in the hole.
They cut in Jawan Taylor, which I think was not a good pickup for Andy Reid, but he tends to like big tackles that he think he can recreate, but he can't fix all of them. So they're moving in the right direction. My only problem is we don't know exactly what Patrick Mahomes' timetable is. Now, I've seen people come back in 6 months from the ACL tear, and I've seen people take a year or two. So, at the end of the day, he is a quarterback. He's known for throwing on any angle with that arm, but he's going to need some help this year, and they're going to have to get him some protection because he can't be running.
I'm of the mindset that if he doesn't come back by, like, if he's back at mid to late October, that's a safe window. Pushing him to week 1 is not going to be the issue because all of a sudden now you're going to have Achilles issues or he tears the other ACL because these are the refractory things that happen, or he gets ankle issues or other things that come along with it. The legs don't work the same. I think easing him back in, knowing he's got 6 more years still left on his contract, these are the things that you have to look at. And somebody has to be willing to go tell Patrick this. Patrick, love you to death, but we're looking out for the future of this franchise. I don't need you down for another 18 months because you came back and you thought you were ready week 1. Tear your Achilles week 2 or 3, and now we're another year and a half out, if not longer. And now we're going to have to sit you all next year too because I don't trust it.
I hear you with that. Now I'm just going to tell you something that was close to home with me. Around the same time Patrick Mahomes got injured, I remember a couple years back. That's when Carson Wentz took a knee injury. And I think he came back like week 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I think it was about week 3 he came back. He didn't look as sharp. He wasn't the sharpest too. He wasn't the same guy no more. No. Did something to him mentally. Yep. I don't think Patrick Mahomes will have that mental issue. One thing about that guy, he is forward tough.
I think it would be a few weeks. And again, even if you start him week 7, week 8 or whatever like that, and then you bring him along, by week 10, all the cobwebs are gone. He's back to normal. But by then it's the end of the year and it's just a year. So are you lucky to get 10 wins, 9 wins, pull a winning season, hurt your draft stock, or do you just kind of, depending on how they're doing in that first 6 weeks, that tells me a lot whether Patrick comes back or not.
I don't know, but I mentioned a bunch of teams that should go get Anthony Richardson. Kansas City.
Ooh.
Yo, listen. First and foremost, number one, I'm glad that I was able to get my kid down. Now I gotta say a couple things. Number one, what I just heard from all 3 of y'all in your diatribes on this panel was that Kansas City is not in no rebuild. That's what I just heard.
No, that's not a rebuild.
No. I gotta say this because this is a question that was retooling. Are they in it? No. Reconstruction, rebuild. I heard rebuild, so I'm a get on what I heard. I heard, are they in a restart, rebuild? However you want to finesse. This ain't words with friends. I ain't playing words with friends with you today.
Well, I mean,
Kansas City is not in any rebuild, reshape mode. You know what Kansas City doing? Kansas City is doing what Buffalo should do. Uh-oh. Did I say that? Did I say that?
I got to hear this. What you got?
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah.
What you got?
Guns are blazing today. Yeah. Kansas City is doing what Buffalo should do and doing it early. Because guess what? They trying to get assets and trying to get younger. That's what they doing. They trying to get picks, assets, get younger, and still be able to compete. That's all Kansas City doing. They ain't doing no damn rebuild, no restructure. My ass. I don't care if Denver. Listen, I don't care about Bo Nix, what he did this year. I don't care about Bo Nix, what he did this year. I don't care about struggling Justin Herbert in the playoffs, what he did this year. I don't care about none of that. the Kansas City Chiefs is trying to get their kingdom back right now, but trying to get younger while they doing it. Kansas City, y'all not slick. I see exactly what the hell you doing. And you asked, was this a good move for the Rams? Hell yeah, it was a good move for the Rams. I've been watching Kobe Durant. Sir, I'm so glad somebody getting you some help. I've been watching you get roasted, toasted like Planters peanuts when it count the most. Boy, oh boy, move him right along. Move him in a slot or the two. He ain't a one corner. He ain't CB1. Period. I done watched him. I've been watching him all week.
That's a good question.
All week. Anybody who tell me Kobe Durant is a CB1, I'm gonna laugh at you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get some receipts and pull it up for you. He ain't CB1. I've been watching.
Are you a fan of McDuffie? So hang on. So are you a fan of McDuffie or you're not a fan of McDuffie?
Yeah, I like the McDuffies. All the McDuffies. Okay. You know, McDuffies is big in Buffalo. You know, a lot of McDuffies originate from here.
Okay.
So yes, I'm a big component of McDuffies. McDuffies is cool. Trent cool.
So with it, so with this move of McDuffie, you know, this was the big news of the day. I mean, this was a blockbuster trade. When I saw this, I was like, just wow. How close are the Rams now with this move? You know, I thought it was a toss-up between the Rams and Seattle. The Rams very well could have won the NFC Championship. You know, we saw the type of year that Matthew Stafford had, Puka Nacua, that squad that they got over there. To me, that was their weakness, their secondary. They got an awesome pass rush. I love Jared Verse. They got
the Rams is not ready to concede, sir. That's what it tells you. It says the Rams are not ready to concede. They ready to fight again. We don't know if Matthew Stafford gonna retire or not. And if he don't,
he's already said he's coming back. He's already said he's coming back.
Good. So
I got some more news. I got some more news for the early evening.
What you got?
Green Bay Packer might appreciate this one. The Chicago Bears starting center Drew Dahlman is announcing his retirement at age 27 from the NFL.
That's cool.
They made it earlier today. They were waiting for confirmation, kind of get it gauged. Yeah. His father also retired early, but from neck injury. So I'm not sure what's causing this for this young kid at 27 to just walk away after getting a 3-year extension for $60+ million last year. I'm not sure what's causing it. Could be mental, could be physical, could be anything.
Some of it, these guys, here's what people have to understand. I don't think people really understand the physicality of football. You're like, okay, he's retiring at 27. How long has he been playing football his entire life? For 27 years old, Dennis, when did you start playing football? Because I know when I started playing.
At least 15 years he's been playing. At least 15.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I started playing Pee Wee League when I was 6 years old. Okay, I could barely damn walk, and I'm over here. You know, these guys. You figure you started 6, 7, 8 years old, and you retire at 27 years old. It's just the physicality, having to rehab during the off season. It just, after a while, you know, we've seen this with guys. I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to, we saw a guy like Andrew Luck. We saw a guy like Jim Brown. We saw a guy like Barry Sanders. You wake up one day and you're just like, I don't want to, I love this game, but I don't want to go through one of my guys, Travis Frederick. I loved him. One of our centers, awesome player, and he had that disease, and he just I don't want to go through this. So sometimes you see stuff like that. I thought that Aaron Donald could have played a few more years, but I guess it's better.
What's the guy from Detroit, Ragnar?
Frank Ragnow.
He retired early too.
And he couldn't come back in the year because he failed his physical because of hernias and various other things that were still bothering him. He didn't pass his physical. Otherwise, he would have been on a playoff team last year to help Detroit.
One other little piece of note, I really want to focus this show on, again, I got my guy, William Richter, off the Richter scale. He was actually in Indy for the combine. I want to, interview him about this and get some questions with him. Another one, Dennis, you probably appreciate it. We chatted about this a little bit in my group. Your guy, I used to call him the unicorn. He ain't really such a unicorn no more. Your guy, Mekhi Becton,
that from the beginning, but sometimes you got to see it all the way through. I understand now, you know.
Well, no. Here was the thing. Here was the thing. And me and you, we talk about this off the line. I'll share this with. What do we call a tackle who can't move?
A guard.
A guard. What did he play for? What did he play for Philadelphia? Where did he change his career? When he was trying to play left tackle with the Jets, he looked like crap. You're 366 pounds. You can't move. So now we're going to put you in a closed space where you don't have to move as much as a guard. All we want you to do is just blow the other guy off the line of scrimmage. You can do that. So what I would think, you know, he made a little bit of money. He got the signing. But look, they had him for 1 year, and they're like, we don't want you, man. Get up out of here. The Chargers, who need offensive line help, they're like, we're good, man. We're good. Now you can't even play guard. And they lost all their offensive. They lost Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt last year. So it makes me wonder.
I think it was a personal thing. I think, you know, there might be something in house because the Chargers I think they even got like top 5 cap money. So it wasn't that they needed the money when they cut him.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they needed the $7 million when they cut him. So now I'm just sitting there like it's got to be something personal. And I know he had a big injury history with them. Like he was supposed to be the backup guy when then 2 tackles went out and his ass got injured too as well. So, you know what I mean? It might not have been a good fit, good family feel there. So, you know, you got to come back home where they appreciate you at. You see what I'm saying?
Well, home is the Jets. What if he want to go back to the Jets?
You think he's going back to the Jets?
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
No, the Jets are going to be hard pressed to find anybody coming back home anytime soon.
The band, it sounds like the band will be coming back, and it's going to piss a lot of people off, but it's all right.
Yeah.
We'll probably get Gardner Johnson back. The band will be coming back together.
Yeah, so, you leave on good terms. One last thing, I kind of want to touch on this, and I really want to focus on this combine. That was kind of the thing I was waiting. Will got stuck at the airport, and we were talking about doing something, but he was like stuck. So I was like, as soon as he was able to do this, I wanted to get on the show. Kenneth Walker III. I want to talk a little bit about Kenneth Walker III. Now, Super Bowl MVP, shared the backfield, had a split backfield with Zach Charbonnet. Where are we at as far as him? You know, I've seen some people talk about his pay scale. We've seen some of the backs up there. Now, this guy, he barely had 1,000 yards. He he was splitting carries with Charbonnet. What kind of? I'm seeing reports maybe 15 million, around 15 million per. What is our thoughts on Kenneth Walker? The Seattle's already said they're not going to tag him, so he's going to get to test the free agent market. What are our thoughts on Kenneth Walker? Some good fits for him, and what kind of contract are we talking about? Where would you like to see this guy at? Will, I'm gonna let you go first, and then Dennis, what you got? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Will.
I'm with Kenneth Walker. I think the number is going to be just slightly more than Cook. I think you're competing in that 12 to 14 range. I don't think you're going to get Jonathan Taylor money at 15, 16 or better. Is he a top tier running back? Probably top 10, top 15, but with the health concerns, the injury issues, things like that, I think that's what negates it. Some places I would be looking. Let's start with Tennessee. Let's look at Tennessee as an opportunity. Let's look at Jacksonville. Let's look at Jacksonville as again, these guys are letting running backs run away and run free. How about Kansas City? How about Kansas City needs a running back? All of a sudden, now they're paying in for Kenneth Walker. Give him a 1-year deal. If he stays healthy,
you're not going to get a 1-year deal.
Well, you do a couple years deal is what it is, but you make a 1-year out on it, basically.
Yeah.
Because of the injuries. Yeah, you can do a 3-year deal and a 1-year out.
Yeah,
and you make the high end. You make it on the high end on the first go round.
He's Super Bowl MVP. He ain't taking nothing. I'm thinking at least I don't see him taking less than like 14. Where you got him at, Dennis? What are your thoughts on him? What do we think of him? Because he really, I don't want to say he didn't do anything to the playoffs, but I mean, he showed out at the Super Bowl. I thought he was I still thought the kicker should have won the MVP. I thought the kicker. Your thoughts on Kenneth Walker, Dennis? What this situation? Where do you want to see him at?
Well, these are the things you got to think. You got to put all this together. I understand where Will is coming from, but you got to remember it's free agency, and right now he's the top running back on the market. So every time free agency comes around, whatever the highest paid, you will be overpaid. That's how it's going to go. So I can see him getting $19 million, a 3-year deal from a team that probably shouldn't be paying him that.
No,
that's what I can see, and I truly believe that. And if there was a team out there, Kansas City was one of my thoughts. But I mean, there's other teams out there that just wouldn't surprise me. Even though the Giants got a bunch of running backs, I could see them doing it. Just cause. Washington is a team that needs a running back.
Washington, Kansas City, Denver. You put him on Denver because I thought when J.K. Dobbins went down, I like the kid R.J. Harvey, the rookie, but I think
that ain't bad
with his explosiveness, and I don't want to see him get 25.
Pairing him up with Alvin Kamara.
Kamara's done.
No,
Kamara's done. So you make him.
It should be cut.
Kamara's replacement. He's probably
going to
make him Kamara's replacement.
I would really like to see him with Denver, KC. You mentioned the Giant. I don't look. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't want to see him with the Giants.
I don't want him in my division either, but
I don't really want him. I don't really want him in the division. I'll tell you somebody else. I'd like to see him pair with a guy like Achane. If you paired him up with a guy like
you got to pay Achane. You're not about to pay 2 running backs at the same time. Then you're gonna be like the
you want to give Achane 20? You want to give you got Brees, you got Bijan, you got Achane. All 3 of them they're gonna. You want to give Achane 18, 19?
No, it's 20.
It's 20. 18, 19?
It's 20.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing.
And you know the game though.
It's 20. It's 20.
It depends on who get paid first.
So what is Kenneth Walker getting? What's Kenneth Walker getting?
Well, I'm just gonna take it like this: Achane, Gibbs, and Bijan. All 3 of them up for a contract this year, and it all depends on who get paid first. But they probably all looking at Kenneth Walker to see what he gonna get paid.
Yeah.
So gets anything north of 17, then that's where the bidding starts for Achane. And then I think Achane's the first domino, honestly.
If like Miami he is, but Miami ain't that smart. They just got a new GM. So Miami ain't that smart.
What do you say, Dennis? There's a sucker born every day?
There is a sucker born every day.
Yes, there is.
Okay. So that's a little bit of the news here. I want to talk about let's jump back to
wait a minute. You guys are hilarious. You picking all these weak ass teams, teams that he ain't going to. Kenneth Walker just won a Super Bowl. He's not gonna want to start over with some damn losing ass team. He's not doing that. Denver, good pick. Hell yeah. I mean, I could see Terrell Davis like qualities in him in Denver. RJ Harvey is not it. They already done said that. He got the build. I could see Kenneth Walker getting 20, 25 carries. You can help Bo Nix stop being a pass-heavy quarterback with him, with Kenneth Walker, because he can run the ball 20 times a game. Hell yeah. I mean, send him to Denver. And then the other person that y'all constantly keep talking about, honestly, he needs some help. That motherfucker need more than milk. He needs some help. It's C.J. Stroud. Send him to Houston.
They just got David Montgomery. They just got David Montgomery. Don't forget, they just got David.
And that's what and that's the problem.
How many running backs on the roster?
And that's the problem anyway. I don't give a damn. You know how many
right now? I checked earlier today.
Some teams have on the roster. The Bills got like 4 or 5 running backs on the roster. My thing is My thing is,
$15 million, though.
no. I get that, but here's my problem with that. Teams jump too quick. I felt like Houston probably could have waited. They should have probably waited. This is like one of those moves where you wait, you jump and get a defensive coordinator, and then all of a sudden this defensive coordinator comes out and open to the market. Like Jim Schwartz. You went and got Jim Leonard, you could have had Jim Schwartz, Buffalo. But it's kind of like that. You could have waited. David Montgomery, I get it. Mr. Knuckles here, Mr. Knuckles. He's gonna be dragging Knuckles this year, trying to get the same type of production over there. You know what I mean? He's not that guy. I feel like Kenneth Walker is that guy. That type of guy, that $3. I do.
Okay, but
I do.
Okay,
Here's why.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I think he proved it though. He didn't prove it when Charbonnet went down. When Charbonnet went down, he carried the load.
Carrying the team for 4 or 5 games. There were times. Look. There were times.
Hold on. Watch this. If Ifs and Buts was candy and nuts, we'd be eating all day long. We haven't seen that because Charbonnet only went down for 5 games. But that doesn't take away the fact that it's possible that he could do it. That doesn't take. We thought. Hold on now. We thought somebody else couldn't do it too. Now,
Who's that?
You know who I'm talking about? James Cook, sir. We thought James Cook couldn't do it. And then James Cook turned around and did it. So if James Cook can do it, being littler than Kenneth Walker, I think Kenneth Walker can do it too, especially with a successful team. If you have Kenneth Walker at Denver, I think he can thrive in Denver. I think he can thrive in Houston. Houston playing one of the this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of this year, Houston plays in one of the worst divisions in football in the AFC South. Outside of this year, Jacksonville did their thing this year.
I was about to say.
Nobody suspected that. Nobody had Jacksonville winning the division. If you tell me you had Jacksonville winning the division, I almost want to pull you.
Here's been the thing. Here's been the thing with Kenneth Walker. Look, congratulations on winning the Super Bowl MVP. The MO for Kenneth Walker until this Super Bowl run was
can't stay healthy.
Injury prone. There were some people. Hang on. There were some people that thought that Charbonnet was better than Kenneth Walker III. Yep. I'm just. I see Devon. Devon, get your ass back up in here. There are some people out there that thought Charbonnet was better than Kenneth Walker III. Now, Kenneth Walker had a great run to the Super Bowl. That's 3 or 4 games. The thing about being a franchise workhorse type back, that means doing it like all the time. And you brought up James Cook. I think James Cook's circumstances are a little bit different. Because hang on, hear me out on this. The same attention that what helps James Cook, in my opinion, is when they run RPOs with him and Josh Allen, you still have to worry about Josh Allen taking off. We thought Derrick Henry was done when he was with the Titans his last year. How did Saquon Barkley look his last year with the Giants? And then he goes to the Eagles and he runs for 2,000 yards. So a lot of time it's the circumstances where you're at that makes it look, well, he's a franchise workhorse type back. I got my guy D Stanfield, the professional house. Jump in there, D. Your thoughts on your mic is off, family.
Yeah, you mute it and then turn your phone sideways.
I wasn't intending to be on the air.
Okay.
I was just jumping in so I can get real time communication. Plus, I sent y'all a couple of messages in the chat.
I've seen a couple of them already.
Okay.
I ain't seen none of them.
So D, your thoughts on Kenneth Walker? The Seahawks said that they're not going to franchise tag him. Where would you? Me and you, we talked about this a little bit off there. Where the circumstances have changed a little bit. They said that they're not going. Where do we want to see him at? what kind of contract are we talking about here? What tier is he in? I know he won the Super Bowl MVP. Some people are kind of iffy with that. Your thoughts on that, D?
I mean, everything that we said privately that was going to happen is pretty much happening, with the exception of we both said that they would have to rethink it if Kenneth Walker balled out in the Super Bowl, which he did. And so I think they rethought it. And I think that given all the people that they have to sign that are utterly much more important than he is, and by much more important, I mean that damn near that entire defense and everything that holds them together, and the possibility that they may have to extend or restructure or redo Sam Darnold's contract sometime over the next 2 years. When you think about all of that stuff, you have to think about things as a business. And so,
JSN said he wants 40.
Right.
JSN said he wants 40.
When you think about all of those things, when you take all of those things into consideration, and you think about the wear and tear that's already been put on Kenneth Walker, I think that as an organization, you probably say to yourself, the lesser of two evils, we know we're going to have to be proactive about instead of reactive. So if I'm an organization like the Seahawks that just sold their organization, new business owner is coming in, he's probably saying, all right, let's go talk to Kenneth and find out where he wants to go and go get these assets now and then figure out how we move forward, which is how I would operate if I was in that organization's foot. Like I said, we talked about this privately. So you figure out you figure out a person's worth versus their youth versus their reliability and dependability. And he sad to say he ends up in the bottom of the totem pole. So, and as far as where I would go if I were him, I think Andre's spot on. I would go to Houston. I would go to Houston, or I would go to Houston because I would get
Montgomery.
Even with them getting so here's the thing. So I think Dre is spot on, because what you're not understanding is they need a 1-2 punch in order to thrive. I think if Montgomery carries the same load that he carried in Detroit, and Kenneth Walker comes there and does
taking the weight off of Kenneth Walker to carry the 25 times tonight, you're giving him 15,
you get the same you get the same maybe even more productivity, because you're putting him right back in a dome. You're putting him with a quarterback that needs reliability at the running back and tight end position. You eliminate the reliability portion. Let's not forget the fact that David Montgomery hasn't been the healthiest person over his career either.
Nope.
Well, the thing that's helped David Montgomery, when he was with Chicago originally, he was their workhorse type back. He's been a little bit healthier. He's been a little bit healthier since he's been with Detroit, because he's splitting carries. Go ahead, Dennis. I see you with the timeout. What you got, Dennis?
I understand y'all Houston think. Y'all think they need help. I want you to take all of this into consideration, because I wasn't finished with my statement, but I'll cut it short. I think Houston and then Cincinnati is the other option. Okay, like I said, I see you Houston. As if they need the help or whatever. They're in the hole for $100 million because they have to pay their quarterback and their superstar DN that they drafted back to back in the same year.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, let me ask you a question. Why do they have to pay CJ?
So, wait a minute. First, he needs help. Now you see why he got to get paid.
Yeah, because if he don't get it done, if he don't get it done this year, who cares if he needs help? He gonna need help somewhere else.
They got to do it. There's 10 quarterbacks that are the highest paid. Ain't none of them get it done. We're getting it done.
Dennis, listen to what I'm saying. If CJ don't get it done this year, the quarterback reliability in the next draft is gonna have him the hell up out of there anyway. Go get the stuff.
Grab one.
Right. So go get the stuff that gives him no excuses. And then if he fails, you have all the ammunition that you need to get him the hell up out of there.
And then you sell 2 ones or 3 ones or
That's
whatever
why I
you
said
sell to
Houston,
the
but
ones
hold
that
on.
cost
Hang on, fellas. Hang on, fellas. One at a time, fellas.
Hold on, I gotta address something real quick. I have to address this. First and foremost.
You got to meet one of them.
You gave the reason for James Cook. You said that James Cook was a different situation, right?
You got an echo going over there, family.
You got to
I know. Hold on. I got you. Okay, no echo, right? Y'all don't hear no echo now, right?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so let me reiterate what I was just about to say. First and foremost, Marcus, you said that James Cook is a different situation, right?
Yes.
No, he's not. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
You thought that the Buffalo Bills run RPO with James Cook?
No, I'm saying no. What I'm saying is you. No, I'm saying you still have to. No, what I'm saying is you still have to account for Josh Allen pulling the ball and taking off. You have to. You have to account for that. You always have to account.
You have to account for Josh Allen, but the Bills don't run RPO. The Bills run inside zones, sir. They ran RPO 6 times the whole season. By the way, 6. I just want to put that out there.
RPO stands for run pass option.
In advance pass, they ran it 6 times. Marcus, I got the work.
Yes.
I got the workup. They ran it 6 times. They run inside zone. You know how many times they ran inside zone this year?
Probably a lot. But what I'm saying is you still have to account when Josh Allen goes and
I get you. But wait a minute, let me ask you this question. So are you telling me that they don't got to account for CJ moving out the pocket?
No, he doesn't scare you running out the pocket. No.
But he still can run out the pocket, can't he?
That's not his game. That's not his game. Look, you said that. You just said that because CJ's black.
CJ Stroud moves a lot like Jordan Love.
CJ.
That's not why I'm saying that. No.
Hey, Dre. CJ is like Dre. CJ's like Jameis Winston. CJ's like Jameis. No one's scared of Jameis Winston running the ball.
That's fine and dandy. You ain't got to be listen. You know what's funny? Hold on, watch this. You know what's funny? They don't be scared of Drake May and them running the ball either. But I bet you take off on your ass too. I'm just saying that Houston could benefit from him because he could be that 3-down back that keeps CJ Stroud at mellow in mellow mode. So you guys don't have to continue to constantly criticize this.
Their starter was Woody Marks.
We'll have to redo another show where we have to go. Which one was better?
There's a lot of things that we covered throughout the season. All right, a lot of things we covered throughout the season. Okay. Nobody said anything about a missing Joe Mixon. You notice that? Yep. Nothing. He wasn't on ESPN. He was missing from the world. Nobody said nothing about it. Nope. Houston still made the playoffs with a missing Joe Mixon. Okay, and a guy with no knees named Chubb and Woody Marks. So they just need to add another running back.
Yeah, it helps though.
Give him the running back. Give him the real running back. Then what we waiting on?
Right? They need an offensive line.
They need to spend
Okay.
Now the Devon is over here talking about, letting him play out the next year, and if he don't make it, then draft another one. They will fire DeMarco Ryan's black ass immediately in Houston, and next thing you know, Houston's back to being a dumpster fire it's been as an expansion team.
No, they won't. Look, we just saw.
Black coaches get fired for less. Black coaches get fired for less.
Did we just see Kyler Murray's ass just get shipped out? He's the number one overall pick. He's the number one overall pick. He's the number one overall pick. He's the number one, and they got him up out of there.
But he ain't won a playoff game. At least CJ won a playoff game.
CJ is winning playoff games because
that defense.
That's it. That's it. You want to know what CJ Stroud is? You want to know what CJ Stroud is? He's a less capable version of Jalen Hurts. He's
No. Hold on, Marcus. No, Marcus. Marcus,
That's
don't
what
let
he
Dennis
is.
get away. Hold on. No.
Let
Don't
me
let
say this.
Dennis get away with that team.
CJ Stroud is Ohio State.
Why are we letting Dennis? Wait a minute, folks. I just got to ask this question for the whole world that's watching, the whole entire world right now. Why are we letting Dennis Holmes get away with saying it's a team accomplishment?
I have not been talking. Wait, Marcus, can you say that again for the world?
I'll say CJ Stroud
I'm just saying.
is the less capable. That's
Drake made a team accomplishment this year.
What CJ Stroud did is the same thing that your boy in Philly did. He's a bus driver. And when you tell him to carry a team, he pees at. Do you want to know? You want to know? Hang on. I'm gonna let you say it. But here we go.
I gotta say something back, but you won't let me talk.
Okay,
go ahead.
See, Jalen Hurts is Draymond Green. That's what he's the NFL Draymond Green. He's a guy who has the monsters around him, and you say he's this great. Oh, he's got a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl. That's what he is. And we've been trying to tell your ass this for years. And by the way, I saw your show the other day. Shout out to AOC. I saw your show. Don't you ever in your life compare the Philadelphia Eagles to the San Antonio Spurs? Don't you ever do that again? Don't you ever in your life compare the Philadelphia Eagles to the San Antonio Spurs?
When Jalen Hurts wins
Marcus,
let me just say this.
Marcus, I'm telling you better
on here talking about something. He's more than just a bus driver. That's what you'll be back on here saying. No. I got to keep proving you. You know what you used to tell me? It's ways you got to show people in discipline, right? And one of them is you got to keep spanking them. You know what I mean? Like Mekhi Becton, got to keep spanking you, letting you know I'm right. Yeah. All right. When he wins another one, you'll be sitting there. You'll be like, "Damn, the Eagles now got 3." That's what you're going to say.
No. Okay. Let me respond to the Becton thing. You know who's going to be the quarterback? The thing with Becton, no one likes Jalen Hurts except Philadelphia Eagles fans. That's it. Y'all live in this delusional world where y'all think Jalen Hurts. Like I told you a few months back, there were 14 quarterbacks that could have won the Super Bowl with that Philly team. And I gave you the list. We did a show together with that Philly team from last year. And when you take that all the way, Jalen Hurts pees down his leg. That's what he is.
So when you say, hold on.
I just gotta add this.
Let me respond, Drake.
No. I gotta add this. Hold on, Dennis. Let me add this, Dennis. I gotta add this. I gotta add it because I see it coming. I'm telling you right now, Marcus, you about 2 more insults away from Dennis hitting you with toenail eating bitches again. You about 2 insults away from that man having a repeat toenail eating bitches.
You keep saying all these quarterbacks could have beat Kansas City. You keep diminishing Kansas City because we beat the shit out of them and they ain't been the same since. That's why you keep diminishing them. You keep forgetting they was one of the hardest teams to beat, no matter what was going on in the playoffs. Okay?
Yeah.
It was either AFC Championship game or Super Bowl. That was it. There isn't 14 quarterbacks that can beat them. I don't give a fuck what you put on their team.
If you put
there's only 2 quarterbacks that can beat them. That's Tom Brady.
If you put any capable quarterback on that 2024 Philadelphia Eagles team, they win the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts.
I'll tell you another one. You put Jalen Hurts on San Fran, them 2 times they played Kansas City, they're winning one of them.
No.
They're winning one of them.
No, they're not.
Jalen Hurts scores 5. He averages 5 touchdowns on Kansas City.
Okay.
That's in the Super Bowl. He averages 5 touchdowns. So he could be Draymond Green. He could be Al Green. I don't give a fuck what you call him. He's an all-pro quarterback, and he's a Super Bowl MVP champion. That's what you're going to call him. So I don't care what you call him after that.
Okay.
And you might be calling him another Super Bowl MVP and another goddamn All-Pro. You know him and Matthew Stafford got the same amount of All-Pros?
Okay. I got you.
I'm just here to
Ain't
let you know.
nobody in the world except Philadelphia Eagles.
And
Philly
back
State.
to
Philly.
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud ain't fucking Jalen Hurts. Stroud is CJ Stroud. He's an Iowa State quarterback. That's what he is.
He's the same.
He's an Ohio State quarterback.
And Jalen Hurts is an Oklahoma quarterback. So there. So if that's what you want to do, that then so Jalen Hurts is an Oklahoma quarterback.
You seen win the Super Bowl? Tell me about him. Tell me about him. Tell me Oklahoma quarterback win the Super Bowl. Tell me about him. Come on, Marcus. Tell me what. Baker, Kyler.
Okay. All right. How many Miami of Ohio quarterbacks have ever won a Super Bowl? That's Ben Roethlisberger.
We talk about that. We talk about Jalen Hurts.
You said you're making a comparison.
That's what we talked about.
Okay.
You said that. Tell me about it.
Okay. Look, we got to jump over because we
Oklahoma quarterbacks went all pro.
Not too many.
I guess he's one of one.
How many Penn State running backs have been all pros?
I don't know. We ain't talking about Penn State.
Okay. We're talking about because somebody goes somewhere that makes them good. Jalen Hurts, in the words of my guy, is a backpack. That's what he is. Like
listen,
Jordan the Explorer. Backpack. That's what he is. He's a backpack. He's a backpack. That's what he is.
I'm telling you right now. Don't let him come out next year and win the Super Bowl, Marcus.
Okay.
You ain't gonna like me. I'm letting you know right. You gonna have to block me.
Don't let him come in third place. Don't let him come in third place in the NFC East, or you ain't gonna like me. All right?
You're gonna have to block me. That ain't gonna happen. We had a terrible offense this year. We still won 11-6.
I'll call you.
I'll call you back.
You know how we do.
Stanfield, I tell you, D Stanfield, when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together, I promise you, you're gonna need some of this. You're gonna need this. You're gonna need this for these folks.
Right.
I don't even drink the first. Right. And y'all got me wanting to drink.
Right there. All right, guys. We gotta move on to the main focus of this show. We got to get back on track. We went on a little rampage there.
That's because they talk about Houston. I don't think Houston needs another running back. They did what they were supposed to do. They made a good trade. Now fix the offense.
Had I known y'all were going to ramble like that for a good 20 minutes, I would have gone and made popcorn and sat here, just had that and some tea.
Let's jump over. Now we just had the NFL Combine. Let's jump to the Combine. My guy William Richter, he was actually at Philly at the
Indy.
Combine.
Indy.
What did I say? Philly. See, damn Dennis. In Indy. William Richter, tell us about your experience there. What you saw, some of the things that you saw. Tell me about some of your pet cats who impressed you. Some guys that you have thought highly of that after you left the Combine you were not as impressed with. Tell us about the experience and what you went there for and all of that good stuff. Talk to us.
Tell us who you saw sleeping.
Hey yo.
So this is one of the first combines in a very long time that all position groups have bested as the fastest in combine history. Every position group was the fastest this year alone. First time in I think it's they said 13 years that all 10 position groups bested every record, like had a better average over for speed alone. So this is something phenomenal to think about. Just to give you a heads up, there were on Saturday with the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, and the running backs, there were 20 people that ran 4.4 or faster. There were 9 that ran 4.3 or faster, and there were 3 that ran in the 5.2 range. So, like, movers and shakers. Some of my pet cats that I'm looking at, I think the first one is Mike Washington. He's got him up on the board. Kid ran a phenomenal 4.32. Like, he just showed up, showed out. I think they said he put 26 up on the bench, which is kind of high on the upside. So 3-cone drill is fantastic. He had good vert, good all these things. So He's just building stock. That Arkansas squad put out some players that we didn't see or we didn't know about quite off the bat. So Mike Washington's my first one. Jeremiah Love, like we knew what he was, and he showed every ounce of it. Jeremiah Love showed everything that we thought he would be, and then some. And his teammate didn't do much less. Like Price also showed up and showed out and gave us a show as well. But Jeremiah Love with a 4.36 at the 40 was his official time.
Same speed as Gibbs, by the way. That's what Gibbs ran.
So, and then my last one was kind of a surprise that I wasn't paying attention to and didn't think he would, was the kid from Navy, the Naval Academy, Eli Heinreich. He went out there and he ran a 4.44. So he ran a 4.440, and then all the drills, you're watching him coming out of the backfield on a wheel route or doing the fly routes as they were for the wide receivers and running backs, having them come out and take catches, caught everything that was thrown his way, ran everything nice and crisp. He just smooth line, looked effortless in all of the drills. Like he wasn't even trying. It was just absolutely mind boggling to watch that. Some guys that took a fall. There's a couple of them. Carnell Tate. I'm going to start with Carnell Tate and running that 4.540. You could see he was disappointed. He wasn't sure what it was. I could tell you right off the bat, it was his slow starts right off the line. He did not get good jumps. I know on his first run, he slipped. His rear foot slipped. On the second one, it was just he didn't get that second plant foot in, and it kind of gave a little bit, and you could see him slide a little bit. And so I think he's capable of running upper 4.3, like 4.39, 4.4. Like he's capable of being better than that. I think at his pro day, he'll try to run that and he'll show. There were a handful of other kids that people were worried about. The O-line really shocked me. They were 38 out of the 57 that ran 5.2 or faster on that list. Out of over half of the roster for the O-linemen ran 5.2 or less. And there were 7 that ran sub 5 second 40s. So these O-linemen are getting faster as we go. A couple of my long shots that I'm looking at. I'm looking at Brennan Thompson. Brennan Thompson is a massive candidate for those things. I think the kid has got a ton of talent. Where did he run? Brennan Thompson. He was the Mississippi State wide receiver. He ran a 4.26 that day. Ran 4.26. That's his official time.
He's from
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State, right? Okay.
So, and the fun part is when he had run that, Xavier Thomas, the one before it, ran a 4.28 just before him. So we had burner like to end the round to start it, and it's just like everybody was getting hyped up for that. It was just kind of amazing to see that. Jacoby Lane did really well. I think he showed out. He did some fantastic things. J. Michael Sturdivant from Florida had a great showing. Let's see who else.
How many quarterbacks do we have going in the first round? How many? When you looked at, I think without a doubt, Fernando Mendoza.
I think I got 2 max at all.
Yeah.
We've got Fernando Mendoza at 1. I think everybody's assured that that's probably what's going to happen. The bidding starts for the next quarterback at 21 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's where I think if anybody takes one, that's where that will be. Otherwise, a second round team will slide into the last 4 or 5 picks and try to grab the Alabama kid, Ty Simpson. Carson Beck didn't do anything horrible to hurt his draft stock. He didn't run, but
the kid from the kid
Ben Roethlisberger said that the Pittsburgh Steelers should avoid any first round quarterbacks this year.
And I don't disagree with Ben on that. I really don't. I think they've got what they need on their roster to get through the year, even if they don't bring back Aaron Rodgers. They've got the kid from Ohio State that been
Will
sitting there
Camp.
for a couple of years.
Yeah,
And
Will
waiting.
Howard.
And I
Will
think
Ben
Howard.
Roethlisberger should avoid
Will
saying
Howard,
anything
I
revolving around
think
the
he's-
word grabbing.
I think he's capable.
I agree with that.
So we don't think Ty Simpson from Alabama could go first round.
He just said
No.
that. He said the
If anybody, it'll be Ty Simpson that somebody comes and grabs, but I don't think it'll be till very late in the round.
I'll wait till the 4th round and get me a guy like Taylor Green from Arkansas.
I think
Taylor
Green. I think Taylor Green sold himself very well, and I think that he could be a late second, early third based on the numbers he was putting up at the combine. And if he can reproduce those again at the Arkansas Pro Day, I think he's moved his draft stock into the day 2. I don't think he's going day 3. I think Taylor Green at a 4.32 40 had a 43.5-inch vertical, and all the numbers were just immeasurable, like beyond what we thought they would be.
That's Lamar. That's very Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick.
But he don't run that. He don't run that much though. Like if you actually watch him play,
no, if you watch him, but he is mobile enough. But when you were watching him throw, if you watch the combine, if you watch him throw, he had accuracy, he had touch, he had distance. Like he could get the ball down 65 yards down the field. Like the kid was making the throws and he was making it happen. Makai Lemon was catching these balls. You had Sturdivant, you had Malik Benson catching. Like all these different wide receivers were able to catch it, and they were dropped in the bucket, literally in hand. They would stick their hand out and the ball would be in hand. No effort to go sticking hands farther out or in. I think the kid has earned himself into that top 5 conversation, maybe not in the top 3 for quarterbacks out of this class, but I think he's in a top 5 window where late second, third round.
So who are our top 3 quarterbacks? Like, I don't think this is the kind of year where we see quarterbacks back to back. Generally, we see the quarterbacks back to back. The Drake, the Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, the CJ Stroud, Bryce Young type year. I don't think we see that type of movement this year. But when we look at that, our top 3 quarterbacks, where do we have who do we have as our top 3 quarterback prospects for this draft?
I think Fernando Mendoza is pretty much the solid one. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me on that one. I think Fernando's got probably the most there. Ty Simpson is the most NFL ready quarterback at 2. Thank you. I agree with you. I don't disagree any bit. It's just fit. I think Ty Simpson is a fit issue. I think it's where he goes. It's not necessarily that he can't throw or can't do the things. I think it's a fit issue. And then I think the toss-up is between Carson Beck and Drew Allar for that third quarterback. Drew had a really good combine, threw a lot of really nice balls, able to complete some good passes, ran the drills really clean, combine things. I will tell you one that I am falling on very fast, and I've told Marcus this 100 times. Diego Pavia is falling off my board. I refuse to draft him. The kid is just a mindset that needs to be drastically, like he needs to be humbled very quickly, and I think that this process will do so. I watched him when he was standing when they were doing the gauntlet drill. And when he's doing the gauntlet drill, you're just supposed to stand there and just kind of chuck a ball quickly. No actual effort into it. Just get it there. He's taking 3-step drops and then throwing it like he's trying to throw for his life. There was also a point when they were coming out for warm-ups for Diego Pavia that the fact that nobody was catching or receive, like nobody wanted to throw with him. Nobody wanted to catch balls from Diego Pavia. You were watching him just kind of throw a ball in the air and kind of look busy and look functional. So I don't know if it's personal, whether he's rubbed people the wrong way, whether he's mouthy, whatever the case might is, but it started on Heisman night and it's just kind of snowballed all the way down. And I don't want to bag the kid because the kid's got a ton of talent. He could throw the ball. He can make all the throws. He could do those things.
That's Marcus' alma mater, mate. Let him handle it.
Yeah.
He went to where played college ball at New Mexico Military Institute. He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, where me and Will grew up at.
Yep.
Well, he's from New Mexico.
Yep.
But when you're that small, you have to.
He did measure in at 5'10" and 5'10".
You can't be an a-hole and be that small. You know, and I understand. You know, he plays for the chip on. Well, because look, no one's looking for the next.
Ask Josh Rosen.
No one's looking for the next.
Josh Rosen wasn't that small. Baker Mayfield is.
No one's looking for the next Doug Flutie. No one's looking for the next Doug Flutie. They're just not. No one's looking for the next. No one's looking for the next Muggsy Bogues. Yes, it's a great story, but I'm not looking for the next Muggsy Bogues. I'm just not. I'm looking for trait. I'm looking at traits. And then when you throw in that you're an a-hole too, that's just really bad. D, jump in there real quick. Your thoughts. You looked at the combine. Who stood out to you that when you saw, you're like, okay, as advertised, and somebody who you may have saw there that kind of you're like, I thought maybe he would be that guy, and I wasn't that impressed.
I like the offensive lineman from Alabama. I thought he performed better than what he showed.
Who, Proctor? Proctor?
I thought that his combine went a lot better than what he showed this season. And from what I had gathered, he had been trying to tell people that he was hurt all season. So I guess he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
6'6",
I feel like
6'6", 350, like 350. He's a big
kid.
boy.
The kid is a monster. You saw his footwork was crazy, bro. His footwork was crazy. Like if I'm anybody in the Jets organization, if I'm in Houston, if I'm in Cincinnati, I'm doing what it takes to get that kid. Like his combine was incredible.
That's not where he's going.
Huh?
That's not where he's going.
I know.
Is he another?
I know where he's going, but
where you think he's going? Because I know where he's going. I'm gonna get a T-shirt with his name on. I know where he's going.
Where are you going?
I just told you. I'm gonna get a T-shirt with his name on. I know where he's going. Okay. He coming to Philly.
Nah, he's not going to Philly.
Okay.
He's not going to Philly.
Where y'all picking at, Dennis? Where y'all picking at? Where y'all picking at?
23.
Damn it. Yeah, he might.
Ooh, he might.
I got 2 picks before, so I got 20.
That's kind of where I've got Caden Proctor sitting, is in that mid to late 20s, where I don't think he's.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think he makes it past. I don't think he makes it past the Chargers.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you ask me about one, I don't want him. I want the kid from Penn State.
Yes.
The kid from Penn State.
What's his name? Ione?
Yeah.
Because he plays guard. Because he plays guard is the reason.
He's nice
and
too.
We need another guard.
He's nice as well.
That's who I want. But
he didn't run.
You're asking me about where they going? Most likely he'll be in Philadelphia.
I like I think Ruben Bain and Sonny Styles are who we thought they were.
Woo. That damn Sonny.
Which one you want, Marcus?
Even with the T-Rex arms.
I ain't telling you, because every time I want something nice, you throw a monkey wrench.
No, you got 2 picks before me. So obviously you're gonna get it. You got 2 picks before me. Obviously you're gonna get it. So which
Marcus,
one you want?
be very, very careful about your next statement. That was very close. Every time I want something nice, you throw a look. Yeah. Okay.
Look, look. I'm putting this on wax right now. This is on YouTube. I want Sonny Styles.
You want Sonny Styles?
What's that? Sonny. I think Sonny Styles. When I watch him play, his ability to cover, 6'4", he's about 245, 4.4 speed, can cover, former safety. This guy. Look, there was a toss up with who was better, him or Arvell Reese. I would not be surprised. I'm just going to put this out there. I would not be surprised if Sonny Styles goes before Arvell Reese. I would not be surprised. what I saw with him, and then y'all know I'm a big running back fan. Jeremiah Love, Will, you talked about it a little bit. Jeremiah Love, if he's there now, look, we talked about David Montgomery going to the Texans. I think if you were to go get a guy, to me, Jeremiah Love is this year's Bijan Robinson, in my opinion. He's that type. He's that type of back.
Yeah.
He's that type. He's about 220 with 4.36 speed. He's as fast as Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's 25 pounds heavier. That's scary. That's really scary.
I got a name for you to go look at and go watch this kid. He's my cat to watch. Long shot type. Nobody knows who he is. I want you to go look up Gennings Dunker.
Okay.
Where's he from? Dunker from Iowa.
Okay.
Offensive lineman, can play tackle or guard.
Oh, that's the guy with the mullet.
Yes, sir. The redheaded mullet.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Let's put it to you this way. The man ran a 5.22 as a split. Like that was his 5.22 5.2240. His first time was 5.19. He's running 5.2. Like he is running, and all the drills look flawless. I mean, like the hands, the getting down, the get up, the footwork. The footwork.
I mean, it's Iowa.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they're a football. But I think the guy that we just haven't talked about, and Will, we talked about this a little bit off the air.
Yep.
Sadiq.
Yes.
Sadiq. I was just about to Marcus. I was just about to say Sadiq was probably the most unexpectedly impressive guy.
Not here. We knew what he did.
And I'm gonna be
no. Unexpectedly impressive from the standpoint of
breaking records, breaking records.
Yeah. You knew what you were getting with that guy, but he
smashed everything Vernon Davis did. Vernon Davis held all the records
to be
for
that big
at a combine.
To be that big, to be that fast, to be that explosive. My
he ran 23.2 miles an hour for his 40.
My fear for him though is going to a
crap franchise.
Going to the Jets. That's what scares me. You know,
I think I've got him in the top 15. He's going somewhere in the top 15. I think he's earned that right.
I think he could be a Brock Bowers,
Trey McBride,
Loveland, Trey McBride, the kid from Indy, Warren. I think he could have that type of depending on where he goes. That scares me too. If damn Philly and that damn house.
I really don't.
Let's replace Dallas Goedert with Sadiq.
That's the kind of crap. We don't have a tight end over here. We don't have a tight end problem.
No, he'll move up. He'll move up and get him.
No, I really don't.
I think the Rams at 13 are a scary thought to have the Rams grab him at 13.
Yeah.
Hey, I got two questions. I got one statement and a question.
Okay, what you got?
Marcus, how'd you feel about Avion Terrell? And my statement before I give it up is I wanted to make sure that when I came on tonight that I said rest in peace to Lou Holtz, man. I grew up
no doubt, Notre Dame.
I grew up a Notre Dame follower, man. I was a big Ricky Waters and Jerome Bettis fan. And Rocket Ismail and
Tony Rice.
And Lou Holtz was holding it down during that time, man. So, man, to hear about his passing this evening, man, it was it kind of hit a little bit, man. And then I got to see him in South Carolina because I was in Orangeburg at South Carolina State when he was there.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Shout out, rest in peace to him, Lou Holtz. Yeah, no doubt.
Prayers to his family.
Terrell, it's crazy, D, because a few years back, I don't know if you remember this, I remember it. Me and you had a long ass debate about his brother. You remember that?
AJ, yep.
AJ, and you were jumping on the table for AJ Terrell. and you're like, Marcus, you got this guy. He's gonna be. You told me, God, this was 5-6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And you were standing on the table for this guy. We would do our draft shows and stuff. Like Dennis, some of the stuff that Dennis told me back in the day. Oh, Marcus, this guy here, Marcus, you got to see this guy. Now, I don't think that Terrell Avion. I don't. He's a little bit smaller than his brother. I think he's going to be more of a nickel. I don't think he's really suited to play on the outside. But I think in today's game, you got to have that nickel. You got to have that nickel in today's game, because what a lot of these teams are doing, if you look at what these teams are doing, what they do, they either put a tight end or they'll put their wide receiver one in the slot. You see guys like Devontae Adams in the slot. You see it, or you're dealing with a guy like Xavier Worthy in the slot. And you better have somebody there. CeeDee Lamb
your team specialized in it this year. They were mixing up Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in the slot,
like them however they wanted to back and forth.
It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare, because I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think covering in the slot is harder than covering outside of the hash marks, because in the slot you got more room. I can kind of use the sideline as an extra defender. You see a guy. You see sometimes the Eagles they put Slim Reaper in the slot. That is a very difficult matchup. I like him, and look, I think you're starting to see. Or you got the nickel safeties like a Caleb Downs. I was hoping he would run a little bit better, but you got these guys now, these safeties that can cover tight ends. You look at a guy like Hamilton from the Ravens. He's one of those type of guys. That's the way that the NFL is going now. That's the direction that they're going. It's one of your guys, Dennis. God, I can't even think is the kid from Iowa. They use him in that type of way. Cooper DeJean. He's that's where the NFL is going now. And when I see a guy like Avion Terrell, I see another guy that has those type of skill set. The Jordan Lewises of the world, the Cooper DeJeans, guys like that you can line them up in the slot, put them on a tight end, and you can stay in a base nickel. So I like them. I really like them.
Well, there was only two guys I was looking at in this draft. Chris Brazil II was one of them. And Zechariah Branch was the other, because I feel as though we need a slot wide receiver to take the top off. That's how I feel. And if we get one young, fast with hands,
I'm going to give you another name to go look at, Deion Burks.
Yeah, I know.
Go look at Deion Burks out of Oklahoma. Ran a 4.3, fantastic kid out of the slot, got good hands.
But I mean, I've seen, not only as these guys did what they did in the combine, but I've seen these guys production wise. Yep. So when I'm telling you about Taylor Green, I've been following Taylor Green for 2 years. 2 years ago, he beat us in the goddamn game. So I've been following him for 2 years since then. And I've been like, I like this kid, but he don't run a lot. He does run, but he don't run a lot.
The one I'm looking at,
he don't use it to his advantage. He used mostly his arm.
The one I'm watching for Buffalo real quick is Malachi Fields.
Okay.
I'm watching Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame. I think that is starting to go. He's in that top 30, top 40.
That'll do well at developing wide receivers.
And I think he would be a better replacement as a one. And I think he's a true X. I think he could fit the mold of what we need here in Buffalo.
How many number one picks y'all going to spend on wide receivers?
As many as we need to figure it out.
Let's not forget, Keon Coleman was a second round.
How many picks has Kansas City wasted in the last 4 years to try to find a one?
In the Bean era, we haven't drafted a receiver in the first round.
Keon
Coleman was
a second. He was a second round. He was a second round.
I'll take it back.
Okay, I'm really curious, because this has been the buzz about the combine. Ruben Bain Jr. A lot of people, they have issues, the 30-inch arms. They call him he's got the T-Rex arms. Do we think, looking at that, hearing that, and Is that going to be a problem in the NFL? You look at he's 6'2", about 265, but he's got the short arms. Now he dominated it at Miami. Him and Massador. Are the arms going to be a problem in the NFL?
Maybe
Are
not.
the hands a problem for Trump?
What's that?
No, don't go there. Don't get started. That's enough.
But do we know any DNs that's been dominant with short arms?
The idea is that if a tackle gets a hold of him,
right?
He has a hard time.
Do we know of any DNs with short arms that did good in the NFL?
I don't know of any.
I can't think
of any off the top of my. I can't think.
Are you
of
going to slide into outside linebacker in a scheme and put him
like when they say quarterbacks with little hands? The first guy I was thinking about is Dante Culpepper. Like little hands, but he had a hell of an arm.
And I think about Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, that's we got examples. There's 2 examples we got. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
I think about Kenny. I can't think of a DN that didn't have a reach because it's not about tackles getting a hold of him. It's about him getting to the goddamn quarterback because you ain't always gonna be able to blow it by everybody.
The feet can only do you so much. Like the speed can only get you around the corner so fast.
Right, you got to be able to reach.
When you're up there and you're trying to pass rush Trent Williams with his long arms, and he gets to your chest, that's it.
You only got a couple more years of Trent.
I'm just saying, like prime
Trent and Lane Johnson probably were retired together.
Yeah, if he gets his hands on you, those long arms, he gets to your chest, you're done. Now he plays with a lot of leverage. And that's what hurt him. That's what hurt him.
Yeah, he was playing for the defense in the Super Bowl.
He got worn out. He got worn out.
I ain't talking about the offensive lineman. That's different.
But we're talking about arm length, though.
You didn't get the joke. You didn't get the joke.
Got to do the Mekhi Becton route. He has to go to guard.
You didn't get the joke, sir. It was a joke. Seattle had him on
but
the payroll.
Here's a bad thing. Here's a bad thing with him with guard, though. He's not that powerful of a dude. At least with Becton's a big boy. Becton's 366 pounds.
But that's
so he'll lean on you. Will Campbell is 300 pounds, a little bit over 300 pounds.
But these are some things that you got to work on, and if you don't work on them for you to get better, then there's nobody that's going to develop you.
Yeah,
you got to develop you.
Yeah.
And how bad does he want it? Did that Super Bowl really affect him mentally that he wants to get better, or did it affect him mentally like this is it in my life?
Break him? Did it break him? That's
the only 2 things you got.
Did it break his psyche? Break his psyche? It might have broken him. I mean, he got beat bad.
I got to go see Apollo Creed.
Ruben Bain got what, 31-inch arms.
Yeah.
There's another one that measured out short too.
Trey Hendrickson's arms is only 32 inches. So I mean, it ain't that much of a difference.
No, that ain't that much of a difference.
Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean,
Trey Hendrickson got 20 sacks. So thank you for that, sir.
17.
Cassius Howell's also.
There's other people in history that have done that have been good. Nobody's dominated like Trey Hickson, but I mean, you talking about Wyatt Hubert, Ricky Elmore, they all had shorter arms, but I mean they weren't like elite dominant. I think that the shorter arm people, according to what I read, typically play on the inside, not the outside, which makes sense because it's because you're able to manipulate things better. But I don't see it being
265 though. That's that to play on the inside.
Cassius Howell.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see him moving. I don't see him moving to the inside, and I don't see it. But I also don't see it being as much of a problem as people are making it out to be. I just think that, like Dennis said, he has to be a short tackler around the quarterback. That's all.
Yeah, he's definitely got the explosiveness.
Since we're talking about guys that scared y'all, what is up with this Caleb Downs thing that I'm hearing? Is it all false news?
They're saying a degenerative knee. That's scary. Look, here's the thing.
They also talk about a lot of them that have that, and it's just
you don't think somebody wants him to fall?
That's what. See, thank you, Divine. Thank you.
Because he's a conspiracy theory. We got a conspiracy theory. We got a conspiracy theory.
The idea is you're going to tell that to the defensive linemen too, edge rushers, guys that are on their feet.
Yeah, we know specific GMs and presidents of the organization are known for spreading false rumors. We know this for a fact.
They like to push that.
You know, I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen though, Divine. I think he's gonna get picked at pick 20.
Caleb Downs?
Caleb Downs
is going to get picked at pick 20. The rumors going to start to surface. People ain't really going to want him. Jerry ass going to be sitting there smiling and get him at 20. That's what I think is going to happen.
I'll take a picture. Now, do y'all remember last year, Will Johnson, the kid out of Michigan? Michigan. He fell. I think he fell out of the first round because they said he had a degenerate.
He did fall out of the first round because he was supposed to go to. He was a top pick. He was on the top of Buffalo's big board.
Harrison went. So things like that. When people hear stuff like that, I got another one for y'all. Makai Lemon.
Oh, I was talking about McCoy.
Well, hey Marcus, I told somebody this. I ain't saying no names, but I told somebody that Makai Lemon's interview is not that big of a deal. I ain't gonna say who I told that, but I did tell him. They mad because he answered his questions like a serial killer. That's what I want on the field.
He's kind of he's a different cat, man. He's Dennis. You're a Tennessee guy. The corner there is that McCoy? Is it Jermon McCoy? Is that thing?
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that? Watching him play, you know, they said that
he hasn't played since last year, so he played this whole season.
Do you think him not running and not working out, doing anything at the is he doing anything for a Tennessee Pro Day?
I think so, but don't quote me on that because that all may change. The only thing I can say is I think so.
Do you think that'll make him fall? Because I'm hearing people saying that's really hurt his draft stock.
I hope he falls to the second round so we get him. That's what I hope he falls to. We got a lot of third round picks.
Everybody right up respect. Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon. Nobody saw him running that fast. Nobody saw him doing the drills. Nobody saw those things. And Thieneman showed out, and now he's a late first rounder eyeball. Eyeballs are on at the end of the first round. That people are.
When I saw him do that, and you hit me up as soon as he did his workout.
340.
The thing that I saw with him was Harrison Smith coming out of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
I had flashbacks to that.
And this kid is a ball hog. He's a little bit of a risk taker. He's a bit of a risk taker at safety. He likes to try to jump the gun every now and again. There's some 50-50 times where shouldn't have done it, but more often than not it works out in the end for him. So
Oregon was very well represented. I think between Oregon and Ohio State was very well represented. I think
that's 6 this year for
Thieneman, Sadiq Thieneman.
You had a couple offensive linemen.
Yeah.
You had
Marcus.
Malik Benson.
Yeah.
Malik Benson, the wide receiver, showed up 4.3 speed, probably late day 2, early day 3 kid. And then you had the offensive guys, Emmanuel Pregnon, and then Isaiah World. Isaiah World didn't run because he tore his ACL in the quarterfinal game.
Hey,
I don't know what that's going to do for him, but I think World is one of those kids that he was a top 3 tackle. Yeah. If he didn't have his torn ACL, he's a top 3 tackle and pushing. So
hey, Will and Marcus, let me ask you this before I drop.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm sick, man. I know.
I'm about to get out of here. We're about to get out of here too. Yeah, about to get out of here too. Go ahead.
Arvell Reese or David Bailey?
Wow.
Depends on the squad.
Elaborate.
To me, okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all.
Okay.
I always thought Arvell Reese was nice, but I thought David Bailey was better. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I felt like he faced a slightly
better
more adversity.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's my answer. depends on where you're going to play Arvell Reese. Are you going to play him at? Are you going to play him at off-ball linebacker, or are you going to use him in a Micah Parsons type thing? That's the comparisons I kept hearing from him. I don't know if y'all heard that.
You got it. If he goes to Tennessee like he's slated to, you got to know that Robert Saleh is going to use him just like Micah Parsons.
Even though they just got Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, use him on the other side.
Use him on the other side. Yeah.
Also,
with Jeffrey Simmons in the
you ain't thinking about helping out this. You ain't thinking about helping out this offense at all. Like,
I don't think. My thing is, you need to model what they did in San Francisco and Seattle. You go defense first. You build up the defense to give the quarterback room to make mistakes, and then you go get everybody else.
And I think there are going to be some sellers in this draft. Tennessee could be one of those sellers where they're trying to grab a few extra picks. They'll slide 2 or 3 spots back to let somebody like the Saints or somebody like that. If they want somebody.
They just traded away. Hell, they just traded away T'Vondre Sweat to the Jets.
So I think teams like the Giants, and I personally think that the Vegas Raiders should be trading out of one. And I
believe you. And Will Richter, I'm 100% with you on that.
I think they should be selling the farm, getting a multitude of picks, build the defense and offensive lines, and get everything else. Maybe add a weapon,
I 100% agree.
And then all of a sudden next year, when you're 4-14 or 4-13 and whatever, and you're trying to just get in behind the Dolphins and the Jets, and you're sitting in that 3, 4, 5 spot, you can sell all that. You can sell all that back to the Dolphins. They're still going to get a QB. And all of a sudden, now you're looking at going. You can grab Arch Manning. You can grab.
Especially if there's Cardinals give up Kyler Murray. I'm either ready for Kyler Murray or Malik Willis. That's it.
You ain't getting in front of the Jets. Do you know that the Jets have like 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years?
No,
they got 5 first-round picks.
But we also know they screwed the glass of ice water.
That's true, but what do they do? What do they do constantly in the top 3? What do they do?
Draft defense,
blow it.
Draft quarterbacks. Yeah. They drafted Sam Darnold at what 3, and they drafted Zach Wilson at 2. They're gonna do what the Jets do, and they're gonna draft another quarterback. They got 5 first round.
At least once they've drafted a Super Bowl winning quarterback for sure.
I'm just saying.
My idea is that if somebody like the Dolphins or whoever else might end up at 1, and the Raiders now have 2 or 3 ones sitting there, the Dolphins might be enticed because they're in a long-term rebuild where they're going to have to put in 3 years worth of drafting to get this squad back to where it was after eating $100 million from Tua this year alone, or splitting it over the next couple of years, plus all the other cap casualties and headache and heartache. You've got to build this thing from the ground up.
But who's the sucker that's going to move up with you?
Like anything's possible.
See, at this point, I think you got to be the sucker. I think you got to take the loss, and you got to be the sucker.
Who the Dolphins?
I know y'all looking at me like I'm crazy, but I'm being honest with you.
You know, as good as the owners
the Raiders.
are,
I think the Raiders have to be the sucker and try to get a quarterback and call some teams up to see if they really want to get that quarterback.
The Cardinals could do it.
Conspiring to do stuff.
No, the Cardinals,
they should conspire to not draft any quarterbacks in the first round and see how that does.
So you look, we got a few quarterbacks out there. Kyler Murray just got released. I think Malik Willis.
Who got released?
Kyler got released.
Kyler Murray.
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
He didn't get released yet, but he will be released once things start.
So you didn't have him. Kirk Cousins got released. Malik Willis is a free agent. Who's the of those quarterbacks out there?
You could trade for Anthony Richardson.
Y'all better stop disrespecting. I'm tired of the Anthony Richardson disrespect. I'm tired of it. You want to know what?
He can see his own trade.
Anthony, look. Let's not forget.
He's a freak athlete. He just needs some polishing. A lot of polishing.
I agree.
That's why I think if he go to Kansas City, he got to sit back. He got to learn that offense.
Or the Green Bay.
Or the Green Bay. I said Green Bay. Green Bay.
Taylor Green from Arkansas.
Green Bay does do one thing well. That's quarterbacks. I got to give him that. They do that well.
What's his name? Taylor Green from Arkansas.
Right. The 4-3 quarter. Will was
in Houston.
Poor man's Jalen Milroe. You heard it here first.
Okay.
I don't even think he's Jalen Milroe. I honestly think he's a Justin Fields. He's a
poor man's Jalen Hurts.
Nah, okay.
No, he's worse than that. He's poor man's Jalen Milroe. At least Hurts can hit people on the run.
And have we forgot about trading for Mac Jones? Has Mac Jones been falling off the list? Like Mac Jones doesn't exist either. Where
San Francisco said that they're not trading Mac Jones, and I think that I know why.
I think.
Go ahead and say let me say. Let's see this.
No. Listen, people always say that. If you came to me and you said, Marcus, I'll buy your house for $200,000. I'm not selling you my house for $200,000 because I'm like that's if it's somewhat around what I paid for, I'm not doing it. Because then I got to think, okay, I got to move all this shit out of here. I got to do all this shit. But if you come to me and you say, I'll give you $400,000, sold. The 49ers are saying the 49ers are saying that. But I promise you, if somebody came to them and said, look, we'll give you a first and a third for Max, sold. They will come off of him so fast. Don't be letting it. Look,
by the way, here's a hot take for you. Jimmy Garoppolo is the Miami Dolphins quarterback starting next year, week 1.
Yeah,
over yours. Over yours.
Possible.
Yeah, they seen what they want out of yours, and it wasn't enough. Hey, Marcus, here's another one for you. He's a Texas quarterback.
They put Quinn. They put
what's that supposed to be?
They put Quinn Ewers on sale. They said, "Hey, you want Quinn? He could be yours."
He's a Texas quarterback.
Fire sale has begun.
I don't know if I like this Texas disrespect. All right, y'all. We got to get up out of here.
Let's get one last thing. This will be our last argument for the day. All right, last one.
What you got?
Deebo Samuels scheduled to be released. Is Deebo capable enough to be a number 2 in any offense?
You have to have a very specific plan for him, and this was always my issue when I used to tell people. He's not a traditional wide. Oh, look at him! He's done this for. I understand that, but just like with these quarterbacks that just make one read and then take off and run, or they can't really read a defense and they just take off and run, or they throw for 100 yards and they win a Super Bowl and people think that they're good.
About no
eventually. My point is, eventually, as a wide receiver, you have to run routes. You can't just be a jet sweep guy, a wide receiver screen guy. You have to, as a wide receiver, you said a wide receiver too. You have to be able. In today's game, I believe that the NFL has gone this route. You're only as good as your second wide receiver. If you look at the teams that are having success, that are the explosive offenses, the Dallas Cowboys, the Bengals to an extent,
go ahead and say keep going.
The Rams to an extent,
obviously the Eagles. You ain't seen the Super Bowl.
The Eagles.
Just say it.
You got to have a good number 2. No, he's not a good number 2. You have to have a specific plan.
Marcus, just say it. Say the truth, man. How many receivers do you have to see leave Shanahan, LaFleur, and others alike and plummet for you to know it's the system and not that guy?
Nope.
That's what you believe?
I don't think he is. I think he's no. I don't think he fits anywhere.
What they thought was Deebo Samuel was Percy Harvin. What they found out was Deebo Samuel was James Harden.
Anyway, I ain't getting in that. But I'm trying to say is I think he's good enough to be a wide receiver too.
I like
you know the guy that they compared him to.
I like Deebo Samuel a lot, but like I said,
I'm just saying,
like Marcus said, the system. When I say James Harden, that's not disrespect. James Harden needs D'Antoni. He needs the system. Deebo Samuel needs the system. You have to have a plan for him.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm going to say. Okay. We were just talking about this one team, and I think if they actually went to go get him, he would work well there. And I'm going to say Houston. I'm going to say Houston. He's not the number one, and if Tank Dell comes back, he may not even be the number two. He'll be the number 3 guy. Don't forget the 2 Iowa State boys. Jalen, I can't think of the 6. I thought he played tight end. You talking about Jalen? I know you're talking about number 81.
The 2 they drafted Noel.
They drafted the 2 kids from Iowa State.
Listen, somebody always getting hurt over there, so that's all I'm saying.
And then don't forget they got Christian Kirk too. He's
better than Christian Kirk. Now,
Kirk is your traditional slot. And see, that's what Jacksonville tried to do. Jacksonville tried to make him into a 1. He's not a 1. He's a slot.
But they paid him
the thing with Deebo is, again, you have to have a very specific plan. He's not a 100-catch guy. And Dennis, look, we talk about the teams with 2 really good receivers, Eagles, Bengals, Cowboys. To see he's not that kind of receiver, because it's just like if he's out here, he's running some gimmicky ass, wide receiver jet sweep or something like that. He's not that type of guy.
Would he be good with Baltimore?
Now Baltimore. I think he would be good with Baltimore. No.
Why not?
No.
Why?
Because they're bringing in a brand new coach. You wouldn't have a plan for him, and that the area that the space that he would try to occupy, there's already too many people occupying that space.
What do we think about Minnesota?
No. Let's not go to Minnesota. No.
I'll tell you where Deebo will thrive, in my opinion, and then y'all can speak freely. If I'm Deebo Samuel, if I want to go 1 or 2 places,
okay,
I'm either going to the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh.
Ooh,
you mean Mike McDaniel? Well, yeah, that's the same system.
Same exact system.
Chiefs.
Or you could thrive at the Chiefs, but that's not where I would go. Or I'm taking my ass back to San Francisco to go with Shanahan.
Nah, he can't go back there. He done fucked it up over there.
Well, with Brandon Ayuk's mental health issues, I think he could go back.
And I don't think he's coming back anytime soon either. I think he's done right now.
I think Deebo
he personally work in Buffalo.
I for one was glad that Buffalo didn't go get him when McDermott was the coach, but now that
Brady,
now that what's his name has been promoted, Joe. Now that Joe's been promoted, I don't necessarily disagree with you. But I think that will be largely predicated on what they do over the next 2 years.
I got another team for you. Y'all might laugh at this.
He's going for the low. That's one thing. Sure.
Well, if Rashid Shaheed is leaving Seattle, if you put him on Seattle, I think they're going to lose Shaheed. I think with that there, you have another playmaker where, look, you just got Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, he was on a 1-year deal. So I like him. I like him. And he's gonna make some money. So we'll see what happens. Guys, we got to get ready to get up out of here. Yeah. Will, appreciate you coming through. I love the pictures, man. We're gonna have to do this, as we get closer to draft season. Dennis, me and you.
Well, next Wednesday
we're gonna have to do a mock draft, and at some point we'll have to start.
Y'all doing this again on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, free agency start on Tuesday. So,
well, it starts on Sunday officially, like the Tampa.
Sunday, Monday. Anyway. I've heard that the Dallas Cowboys ain't want to pay their kicker, so the Packers are going in to take all the Cowboys they can. I'm gonna have to start calling them the Green Bay Cowboys. I'm gonna have to start calling
the Miami Packers
about to be
what you're watching for.
The Dallas Eagles. We taking Reed Blankenship and the Kobe Dean. What you think about that?
It's all right. As you know, when you start winning things, when you got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, they'll try to snatch things away from him to make him seem like he ain't shit, and he'll still win.
Okay, we will definitely see. Dennis, where can they find you at? We're about to get up out of here. Dennis, tell them where they can find you at.
The Ignorant Thinker Podcast. I'm on all platforms, and I'm now posting twice a day. So make sure y'all check it out because I got reels going twice a day now.
Okay, make sure y'all show him some love. He got some of his stuff that's football related in the Alphabets Football Show group.
My bad. Let me get a public my bad on that because I see. I was like, oh shit, my bad. I just been hitting buttons. I ain't even been.
You're good. You're good. If it's football, you got it all day, man. Make sure y'all go check him out. He does a lot of good work. Appreciate everything he does. Will, off the Richter Scale, my former co-host. Appreciate you coming through. D. Stanfield, he was in here for a little bit. Always love working with him. Andrea Torch Robinson, make sure y'all check out. He's got some shows they're doing. I see they're back to doing their wrestling shows. Jaw You. Make sure y'all go ahead and check him out. Subscribe to the Rise Up family.
He's still here. He's still here.
Oh,
Put the Fresh Perspective video out on him.
Oh, okay. I don't see D. Stanfield. He took off. Make sure I'm gonna talk to him about talking to town. But anyways, we'll do that. We gonna see. I'm gonna keep Bob.
He can come on as a special guest.
No doubt. So everybody, y'all have a great night. Me and Mona will be back doing our mock draft Alphabets Football Show. I'll probably do a coffee talk tomorrow. I'll probably do a coffee talk once a week. By the way, that was Dennis's idea. He got me doing that. He's like, man, you got to start.
And I'm glad you're doing it.
So
I just want you to put a little bit of boxing in there. That's it. Just a little bit of boxing in there. That's all I'm asking.
I just do football, but if you ever want to do some boxing show, we can do boxing. We can do some boxing
intake.
Isn't boxing?
It's not a lot of boxing intake out there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good stuff to say about boxing.
Boxing an almost dead sport, like
it's not dead.
Floyd. It's on. On life support, but it's still.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if you don't keep up with boxing, then it's on life support. But if you actually watch boxing and you actually are prepared for these up and coming boxers, then it's not on life support. You actually can see it's
what's the fight? What's the fight you want to see? What's the fight
I want to see? I want to see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia rematch. No drugs, no nothing, just a rematch, straight up.
Again.
Any thoughts on the y'all saw Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano? That's coming.
That sounds like UFC. I don't watch UFC.
You don't watch no UFC?
I don't watch no UFC.
Combat sport. You don't watch no UFC?
And I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, so they guaranteed to show all the UFC fights. I hated UFC. I ain't gonna
never could justify paying that much money to watch 3 45-second fights. And watch them.
It's the same. It's just you got 5 5-minute rounds or 12 3-minute rounds.
And half them fights are all done in the first round and a half. And then
man, you get knocked out faster, and I can kick you, punch you, choke you, or put you in the submission. You have way more ways to end the fight in mixed in MMA.
The only difference between UFC and WWE is that it's not scripted. That's the only difference. It's the same damn thing.
Well, you can bite
don't do
WWE.
Don't do that. Don't.
I will do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that to MMA.
They ain't scripted.
Y'all in the UFC are real. How about that?
Perfect. See? Got it.
We appreciate everybody coming through, man. We're gonna try to do these a little bit more often, especially with the draft coming up here. By the way, Rise Up Family Alphabets Football Show meet and greet.
Y'all goofballs so funny. How y'all gonna talk about combat sports and didn't say nothing about Clarissa Shields? I ain't hear nothing about her.
No.
I ain't heard nothing about
We wait until we do the combat sports show.
We'll do that at combat sports show, man.
Oh, well, I got a question before y'all go though.
What's that?
Hey, I got something to say about Claressa Shields.
Oh shit! Let me check my mic off because I already know about the.
Yeah, clip this. Clip
that
this
toilet
right
flush?
now.
Did you hear that toilet flush? That's what I got to say about Claressa Shields.
Ooh, this mad disrespectful, man. Y'all have
No. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm sick and tired of Claressa Shields being the best fighter in the game and not putting it up and fighting the best.
And stop calling out Layla Ali.
She keep fighting people that she
Layla Ali been retired for forever.
I'm not talking about the Layla Ali fight. I'm talking about the Alicia Baumgardner fight. I'm talking about the 2 UFC fights that she been ducking. Listen, she the best in the game.
She fighting one of them fights though.
That's what you keep hearing, but it keeps getting pushed back. She keeps ending up fighting people that she's comfortable with or people that she didn't already beat before. I'm sick of that, and I'm acknowledging she's the best in the game right now, so she need to go fight people that's outside of her comfort zone.
I agree. You got to challenge. You got to take the challenge, man. Everybody, y'all have a great night. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all follow everybody on the platforms and stuff like that. Dennis,
Marcus don't do that hockey, so I couldn't ask y'all about Layla Edwards. He don't do that hockey.
Do the face, Marcus. Do the face.
That's
Marcus.
Medea face.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Yeah.
You know how you can respond to that?
How's that?
Just put on a salmon shirt.
Here we go with the sound.
Oh man,
Y'all have a good night, man. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.
And you see how he just got removed real quick.
He got removed.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Go one show without salmon shirt.
He's swimming up.
He took me out the show.
He can't even. He can't help himself. I'm telling you, it's like, never mind. We ain't gonna
Told
talk
him to go
about
swim
that.
upstream.
Mm-hmm. It's like a certain nervous.
In the show.
Right, hit the button.
Nah, it's like a certain nervous function with him. See, you wanted to talk about salmon shirts. Now I want to end the show. See, that's what you get.
So I can talk reckless.
Right.
That's what it is. Listen, it is fishing season coming up right now. It is fishing season coming up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is what you get.
Put a hook in it already.
You'll think twice before.
DJ Salmon in the show.
Nah. He wouldn't talk about pink things. He wouldn't talk about pink things.
DJ
I wouldn't talk about pink things too.
DJ Upstream. Put a hook in it.
Put a hook in it.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't put hooks in this big stuff.
Professional baiting you. Keep it up.
See, this is what y'all get right here. Next time, y'all
Have
gonna
a good
learn.
night,
You're
guys.
gonna learn today. Welcome that motherfucker to the Pink Pony Club. You keep playing.